Hello everyone, Trader Vader welcomes you all to this new video. So the market has opened up about 45 minutes back. This is the 30-minute chart of Nifty. Let's go ahead and see how we can draw the support and resistances on this chart. So the major resistance would be around this zone, this area, 17,950 to 17,975. This is going to be the major resistance. There's a drastic fall which we see over here that happened. Coming back to the major support, we see a very good recovery from this zone. So I'm going to consider this area as a major support. So these two would be my major support and resistance zones. Now let's talk about the previous support resistances which have already been tested. So talking about this area, here we may face some sort of resistance, some sort of sideways price action. I'm not expecting a major fall from this zone. The price may probably come here and then maybe this sort of price action can be there in this zone. So I'm not expecting the price to just shoot from this level and come to here. I mean, anything can happen in market, but just talking about expectations here. So that would be the resistance zone. Now talking about mini support resistances areas, guys, if we talk about this particular price line, as you can see, market took a little bit of resistance. I would say retracement happened here. It came down, it came back up here. So this zone, guys, this is also one of the intraday zones that I would think of trading. So if this breaks on the downside, this is going to be my target for the day, around this area or probably in this zone. We are talking about the scalping, guys. So but let's see how the price action forms. Right now it seems that the market is in kind of a confusion state. It's trading at a very narrow range and it's very slow. So it's definitely going to be confusing in this zone because the buyers do not have a very good stop loss here, the sellers do not have a very good stop loss here, and the price has opened gap up a little bit, contrary to the expectations. So let's see what happens, guys. Not yet sure as to what trade to take, but let's see how the price action forms. It's been more than 2.5 hours now and the markets are really slow. This is the 5 minutes chart that you see in front of me. Let me just zoom it a little bit. So the reason why I don't really zoom, because if you see here on the right hand side, every block is 10 points. So if I zoom it more, every block will be like 5 points. So that will not give you a clear picture because it will seem like there has been huge volatility in the market, and that's why the realistic view is this, where every block is 20 points, and here you can actually see how the markets are kind of in a range. Now if I, for the ease of our viewers, I'll just magnify it and we'll go ahead and discuss the trapping which is going on in the market today. So I haven't taken any trade yet because I didn't really see any momentum any side. If you look at the momentum, this is, I mean, as I said, since I've zoomed it too much, these candles will seem like a huge momentum candles, but trust me, they are not. So what is happening, guys? On the spot chart, even though we see that there is kind of a trend, probably on the upside, this is going up slowly and gradually, which in fact it is. But if we talk about the buyers and the sellers, then you will see how the market is kind of trapping both of them even today. So since the market gapped up, a lot of people would have a buying bias, and as you can see, there are traders who would have bought at this particular candle, the very first candle, and their stop loss probably got hit when the market started to come down here. and many people would have already got out when they saw either this candle or this candle forming. So there the buyers, kind of, I would say that the buyers would have lost money here. If they had their stop loss below this, then still this particular candle hits it. Now what happens to the sellers? Assuming that people who sold right at the first candle, thinking that the market has gapped up and it's going to come down and fill the gap, their stop losses got hit here, right on this area. Now, let's talk about the a little bit smart traders who sold after looking at this candle, 5 minutes candle, when this candle closed. Or if you see the 15 minutes candle, then inverted hammer was formed in a 15 minutes candle as well. So, our people who sold here, if they did not square up in this zone, then they had a very terrible loss, because their stop losses probably got hit in this area. If they thought that okay, the market is coming slowly and gradually up and then it will fall, then their stop losses got hit on this area. So all in all, today I don't think anybody would have held their positions apart from the sellers of put, or people who are creating straddle, selling call and put options both. Buyers of the options are having a hard time, because if people who bought CE, if we talk about people who bought CE here, they probably are in the target, in the profit. But just think, who would have bought CE here after this steep and quick fall? Very few of them. And then the way this market is forming candles, just think, after looking at this particular candle, what would have done? I mean, this is a inverted hammer, and we see that the selling started from here. So any logical person will think that okay, this is the trend line which is forming, and then the selling is going to continue. And there are a lot of sellers who would have probably added positions here, and then these candles took away those stop losses. And then there would be sellers who would have waited a little bit more, and then probably would have sold after double confirmation here, thinking that okay, one inverted hammer and then negative candle, and the low of negative candle is broken, another inverted hammer, so let's sell. Their stop losses immediately were taken. So all in all, the market is pretty much trapping. If I show you the call options chart, in the money call options, this is the call options chart. Just think, what would have happened if you would have bought. So let's say after this candle formed, you thought okay, the market is going to go down, and it didn't. It formed a bullish candle here and another one here, and let's say people who bought here, where would they have exited? Just think, they would have panicked and exited right after this particular candle. People who purchased here, they would have either exited after this candle, or their stop loss was taken here. So that's how it has going since then, guys. This zone breakout happened, and then just think, people who are buying here, they know that this is the top, and they don't have huge, or I would say bigger targets. But still, if somebody bought here, they are kind of right now in a profit. But it's for me, it's unwise to buy here, because when I know that there is an immediate resistance here and anything can happen, I wouldn't buy here. Where would have, where we can have a good, I would say, trade, if we were to buy call option today, then probably if these highs are taken out, and then if these highs are taken out, and then market goes up and then comes down, and then some sort of price action break, and then if it starts to go up, then I think it would be wise to buy call option. Otherwise, all in all, till now I haven't traded. I think unless there is a huge momentum, I am not going to take any trades today. Stay tuned. If I'll have any trades, guys, I'll go ahead and show you. Else we'll see you in the next video.